Добрый вечер, уважаемые зрители. В Латвии проходит неделя Великобритании. Ну, в студии у нас, естественно, посол Ее Величества Латвии Сара Коули. Good evening, Mrs. Cooley. I'm pleased to welcome you to our studio. And the first question is, what is the goals and tasks of British Week in Latvia? Первый вопрос. Каковы цели и задачи недели Великобритании и Латвии?
Thank you for having me here today. British Week is about celebrating the close links and partnership that exists between the UK and Latvia. So it's about showcasing some of the cooperation that we have that members of the public might not normally see. And I'm delighted that this year we have Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, who is the Queen's son, coming to join us for some of British Week. And he's going to be here talking about the Duke of Edinburgh Award Scheme, which is a scheme for young people to get involved in learning valuable life skills outside of an academic curriculum. So working with schools and community organisations within Latvia, and that's a great example of the types of things we want to showcase about our relationship.
Вы говорите о более тесных взаимоотношениях между Великобританией и Латвией, но, в общем-то, как это возможно? Ведь никто не знает, чем кончится Brexit. В вашем правительстве нет единства по этому вопросу, и премьер-министр Тереза Мэй, она говорит о том, что процесс выхода, использования 50-го параграфа Лиссабонского договора начнется только в марте. Ваш комментарий, пожалуйста.
Latvia and the UK have been very strong friends and allies and partners and will remain so before, during and after Brexit. You're right that nobody knows exactly what Britain's relationship with the European Union will be after the negotiations have taken place, so I can't speculate on that. But what I do know is that the British government wants to maintain its very strong cooperation and partnership with Latvia. And a good example of that we're seeing at the moment is our defence and security cooperation. We have numbers of British soldiers coming through Latvia, exercising, helping build up Latvia's security. We have British soldiers based in Estonia, and our commitment to Latvia and the Baltic states remains very, very strong. As well as the royal visit during British Week, we'll also be showcasing our links with education, promoting British education to Latvian students, our culture. We will be having a fashion show, which was very popular in previous years, at Spitze on Wednesday evening. And there'll be British movies shown during the week. So it's about the breadth of our relationship. The relationship with the European Union is the political side of our relationship, but there's much more to the UK-Latvia relationship that is very strong and will remain very strong. In terms of the business relationship between the UK and Latvia, that will remain a very vibrant, dynamic relationship. On Friday this week, I'm attending a seminar to talk about exactly that, the links for business between our two countries, and we are trying to do everything that we can to maintain and enhance those business links. Britain will remain a very strong supporter of free trade, as Latvia is, and we hope to work very closely together with Latvia on promoting free trade and making sure that companies that want to trade with the UK or with Latvia continue to do so.
Прямые последствия могут быть и несущественные, и, в общем-то, прямые отношения между Великобританией и Латвией будут сохраняться, но Великобритания одна из самых крупных плательщиц в бюджет Евросоюза. И вот тут по разным подсчетам, в зависимости от того, каким будет реальный процесс выхода Великобритании из Евросоюза, Латвия может потерять от 50 до, вот подсчеты такие, до 200 миллионов евро. Это большой удар по нашей экономике.
The UK's commitments to the European Union will remain whilst we are still a member of the European Union. So when we trigger Article 50 between now and the end of March 2017, the UK's process of leaving the European Union will begin. But until the day that we actually leave the European Union, all our commitments remain in force. Once we have left the European Union, it will be for those members of the European Union to make decisions on things like the budget, but that will not be something that the UK will then have a say in, because we will no longer be part of the European Union.
Высокий суд Лондона постановил, что парламент, а не правительство, должно утверждать решение о выходе Великобритании из Евросоюза. В парламенте большинство у противников Брексита. Соответственно, вот премьер-министр Шотландии Николь Стерджен уже потребовала дебатов в парламенте. Может ли сложиться ситуация таким образом, что парламент не примет во внимание результаты референдума и Брексит не состоится?
So before the referendum took place in Britain in June this year, there was a very long process through the British Parliament, through both our House of Commons and our House of Lords, to agree the act of referendum. There was a lot of debate held within the Parliament. The British people then voted in the referendum and voted to leave the European Union. So the government's position, Theresa May, has been very clear that the British people voted to leave the European Union and she will respect the views of the British people. So as such, the government does not agree with the court judgment that Parliament should have the final say. The view is that Parliament has had an opportunity to have its say, and there is now an appeal going through the British court system of the judgment of the courts, and we hope to have a decision on that in January.
Говорят о новом британском национализме. Ну, по сути, чем интересует такой вопрос? Чем закончится Брексит для иммигрантов из Латвии? И какие ограничения на рынке труда появятся, может быть, появятся для иммигрантов для граждан, вообще-то, стран Евросоюза?
There are obviously significant numbers of Latvians living and working and studying in the UK at the moment, and those people have made a significant contribution to our society and indeed to our economy. And my Prime Minister Theresa May has been clear that she would like to be able to protect those EU nationals that are living in the UK in return for British nationals who are living in the EU to have their rights respected. We obviously have a number of British nationals living in European Union countries as well. That is all part of the negotiations, but that is the Prime Minister's clear intent. And certainly until the UK leaves the European Union, all our commitments under the European Union to any Latvians living in the UK remain in force.
Здесь есть определенное противоречие. Вот мнение Ерона Дейселблума, руководителя Еврогруппы в Европарламенте, министра финансов Нидерландов. Оно таково: требование Великобритании о беспрепятственном доступе к европейскому свободному рынку при одновременном ограничении миграции из стран Евросоюза интеллектуально невозможно. Но именно такое требование выдвигал глава Foreign Office Борис Джонсон в интервью чешской газете «Господарские новины». Ваш комментарий.
So the negotiations for what access there will be to the single market for the UK and what access there will be for immigrants to the UK have not started yet. That will happen when Article 50 is triggered, so before the end of March 2017. So I can't tell you what that's going to look like. We will know more, obviously, as the negotiations take place, but that could take quite a long time.
Каковы возможные последствия Брексита для самой Британии? Ну, по данным банка Credit Suisse, каждый взрослый житель Британии потерял с июня месяца 33 тысячи. То есть, по-видимому, будут определенные экономические последствия для самих британцев.
Again, this is a very complicated picture, and I don't think there's one answer out there yet as to what the economic consequences of Brexit will be for the UK or more broadly for the European Union. What I can tell you is that Britain has a very strong, very successful economy. We have suffered a shock as a result of the vote to leave the European Union, and that was seen in the financial markets, but our economy recovered very, very quickly and remains very strong. So our outlook is very, very positive. And as I said, the precise implications of Brexit, we won't know until we know what form exactly Brexit will take.
Возможен ли распад Соединенного Королевства? Это, возможно, будет одно из последствий Брексита. Вот премьер-министр Шотландии Николь Стерджен, она требует или заявляет о необходимости нового референдума о выходе Шотландии. Может быть, захочет покинуть Британию, Северной Ирландии и так далее, и так далее.
So the Scottish people were given the opportunity in a referendum back in 2014 to vote as to whether they wanted Scotland to remain part of the United Kingdom or to seek independence. And they voted very clearly to remain as part of the United Kingdom. So the government is approaching our Brexit discussions and negotiations as the United Kingdom, i.e. England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, and that remains the position. Obviously the government is very closely working with the Scottish government, the Welsh government, the Northern Ireland government, all of which have some devolved authority, but overall it is a British position that encompasses the views of all four governments.
Ну что ж, спасибо большое вас. Thank you very much for your time. В студии у нас была посол Ее Величества Латвии Сара Коули. До встречи, уважаемые зрители.